Welcome to my channel. As a layperson, I like to share my understanding of Scripture. Today I'm looking at the book of Matthew chapter 23 verse 35, and I've entitled it Cain and Abel. In Genesis chapter 4 verse 8, and it came about that when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. In the book of Matthew chapter 23 verse 35, says YESHUA is talking to the scribes and Pharisees, and he says, "Upon you may fall all the righteous blood shed on earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah." YESHUA is making a connection between Cain and the scribes and Pharisees, and in doing so, I believe he is also making a connection between himself and Abel. In the first book of John, chapter 3, verse 12, we read, we see that Cain is called the evil one, and Abel is called the righteous one. Hebrew is the language used in creation. It is not only a written and a spoken language, but it is also a pictorial language. If we look at the Hebrew pictorial of the name Cain, we have an open hand, a nail, and the back of a person's head. The picture here is that, like Cain, the scribes and Pharisees would walk away. They would turn their back on the sacrifice that YESHUA was about to make for them, and rejecting his goodness, they would rather continue to practice unrighteousness. So evil here, we see that, is turning your back on the sacrifice that YESHUA made. Cain was a firstborn, just like Israel. Cain was sent into exile, just like Israel. Cain would kill his brother, who was righteous, and had given a sacrifice pleasing to God. This is a picture that Israel would kill a brother who was righteous and whose sacrifice was pleasing to Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, who was the Messiah who would redeem mankind from the curse of the law. If we look at the Hebrew pictorial of Abel, we have a shepherd's staff, a house, and a man drawing your attention to the shepherd and his house. Just like Abel, who was a shepherd, our Messiah is referred to as the Good Shepherd, who came for the lost sheep of Israel and gave his life for the sheep. Now we can see how Cain and the Sadducees and Pharisees and scribes were pictured together. They would turn their back on the one whose hand was nailed to the cross. They would reject his sacrifice, just as Abel's sacrifice was pleasing to God. So we can see that the Son's sacrifice was pleasing to the Father. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you heard, share with someone. And if you don't, share with everyone.